Hi everyone. So today we're talking about joins. Joins are also known as merge queries in Power Query. And join is a way of combining data together from two or more tables or databases, right? And this is based on a common field. So we have two tables here. We have the campaign info and the campaign figures. On the campaign info we have the dates, we have the campaign ID, we have campaign name, we have responsible person, and the location. So these are the different campaigns that are taking the campaign ID from 1 to I think 145. And if you go down to the next one, we have campaign figures. We also have campaign ID, which uniquely identifies each of these values and impression, clicks, and units sold for each of the campaigns. So this column, campaign ID, uniquely speaks to each of the records in this table. And so this is the common field. So Excel also provide other methods that can be used to perform joins, such as VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. But for advanced level, for more accessibility, you need to use Power Query to perform joins. Power Query has six types of joins, such as inner join, left outer join, right outer join, full outer join, and anti left anti and right anti join. So all these are available inside Power Query, and you can use them to perform your joins seamlessly. So let's quickly go right into it. So this data here speaks to campaigns taken by different responsible persons and the name of each campaigns and the location and the date as well. So the campaign figure speaks to the impression that impression from the campaign. This has to do with the visibility, the number of persons that has that sees the campaign, and this has to do with the clicks, the engagements that occurred in the campaign, and the unit sold has to do with the unit sold for each campaign and the ad spend for each campaign as well. So we're just going to take this into um, we're just going to take this record into Power Query because we want to make sure that we're not just seeing only the names of the responsible persons, just the info. We want to also see the values, the impression, the clicks, and everything joined to this record. So that's what we're performing a join. So it's as simple as that. So we just want to see based on the join ID we have here, the campaign ID we have here. We want to see only those one that matches with this campaign ID from the campaign figure. So what we just need to do is to click on this table and go to data, right? Each table has a name. The way to access it is to go to table design, campaign info, right? That's the name of this table. Click on this table to see the name of this is, I can just change it to campaign figure, right? Because that's the name that will be displayed on my Power Query, right? So it goes straight to data from table range, allow it to load. So we have campaign info. So we have all the records for campaign info. But I can see that it has taken over the date. The data type has been changed to date and time, and I don't need that. I just need only date. So I'm going to go click there and change it to date. Right? Replace current. So I'm good with this record, but I need to be sure if there are no duplicates in my campaign ID so that I can be able to know the relationship to use. So we have different types of relationship. We have one to many relationship, many to one relationship, one to one, many to many relationship. So but I need to know what is in my data, right? So I need to go to view and click on column quality. So I can see first of all that my records are valid or 100%. There are no errors and there are no empty records. So I need to see the distribution as well. So I can see here that I have 145 distinct records, 145 unique records. That means distinct means there are no duplicates. So there's no need to remove duplicate. There are no duplicates in my record. So I can also see in the next info that we have only 5 distinct records, and each campaign, different campaigns can take the same name because we only have 5 distinct records and multiple input for other campaigns. So the same thing applies to responsible person, five distinct records, and location, five distinct records as well. So I need to check my second table to know what is there, but I need to bring it in. Keep. So take me back to Excel, right? This is the next table we're working with, campaign figure. So data from table range. Yeah, I need to see the information about this table. So yes, now I have my campaign ID because that's my unique identifier, the common field I'm using to join these two tables. Yeah, so it has to there has to be a common field, and I already outlined that earlier on that we can use campaign ID because we have it in the order table as well. And so looking at it, we'll have there are no duplicates. So this is a one-to-one relationship. There are no duplicates in each of these data, right? So I can go further to perform my analysis. So what I need to do is to uncheck this. So when performing a join, you must look at various criteria. Look at the validity of your table. Look at if the data is doesn't have gaps, duplicates, missing records, or errors. So that will help you to abstain from future errors after performing your join. Can be confusing when you don't go through the process of checking through on your data before performing your joins. So we're going to just go straight into performing our joins. Click on the first table. So we have two tables here. One table has to act as your left table, which is your primary table, and the second table will be your um, secondary table or your right table. So I'm going to be using info. I'm computing info as my primary table because these are the informations I'm looking at. I just needed to add the figures, the values, the impression, the clicks, and everything, the unit cost to this table. So this is going to be my primary table or my left table. So click on this, go to home, merge query. But instead of clicking on merge query, I don't want to override any of these my tables I have here. I just need to click on merge query as new. As soon as you do that, it's going to come up. So select tables and matching columns to create a merged table. So we have a mesh table clicked already because that was what we opened as our primary table. So I need to click on my secondary table, which is the campaign figure. So what I need to do is the next thing to do after selecting your primary and secondary table, the left and the right table, the next thing to do is to select the unique identifier, the common field that uniquely speaks to each of this table, which is the campaign ID. So click on the campaign ID for both tables, right? As soon as you do that, you look, this prompt says that the selection matches 145 of 145 rows from the first table. So the first table has 145 rows. 145 rows. The second table has 150 rows. But what is picking is from the primary table. So I'm going to merge what is in my primary table against what is in my secondary table. So if this table has more than 145 records, it is going to only give you records from 100 and from 1 to 145, and the other records, if they are not matched with your table, or if this unique identifier, the campaign ID, is not in this table, it will not be matched. So mesh table, when you have one in the first table and one in the second table, it will mesh them together. When you have two in the first table and two in the second table, to mesh it together. When you have three in the first table and three in the second table, to mesh together. But when you have 4 and 5 in the second table and you don't have 4 in the second table, 4 and 5 will not the result will not be spooled out for you. You only have 1, 2, and 3 records because 4 and 5 are not in the both tables. So that's what merge inner join does for you. So now you now have to choose the kind of join you're working with, which is inner join. So inner join. So as soon as you do that, you can click OK. So we have clicked on OK. We're expecting the results. So now we have these results. We have the date, the campaign ID, the name, the responsible person. Let me scroll to see if there's something. Yeah. So we have campaign figure, and then we have this guy here. We need to click to open in this table to see what is inside. So I need to expand this record, right? So, but I don't need campaign ID because I already have it here. So there's no need to bring it out. So I can deselect whichever one I don't want. Then I need to deselect this use original column name as prefix because it's going to highlight cam figure dot my table name, and I don't need that. It's going to be a waste of time, right? Because it's not even presentable. So I'm going to click on OK. So as soon as I do that, you can see that I have impression in here. I have the clicks, the units sold, and the ads spent. So if you now want to drill down to know what happened in your record for each of this campaign, you can do that. So let's go ahead and save this guy here as inner join, right? So inner join. So we're just going to load our data, right? And see what happens. So inner join. Can you see? We have 145 records because that's what we have in our primary table. Note that it picks what you have in your primary table. So if you have 145 matched records in your primary table, in your secondary table you have 150, just like we have. So it's only working with the matched records from this guy to this guy. So it's 145 records that are matched. The rest 5 records are not found in the first table, so it's not going to pick those records. So I think I've explained it enough, and I believe that you have understood how join works. So with this, you can begin to perform. Oh, what is the highest impression we have? And sorry, yeah. So you can click on sort largest to smallest, right? So you can see that this campaign 026 in social dates and 26th of I think this is August, right? And the campaign name is Blue Sky Special. It was performed by JC Pinkman, and the location is an email campaign. And this is the impression. It has the highest impression. That means it was visible, and 145 engagements, the clicks. The unit sold is 6, which is small, and the ads spent was 445. So all this will make you to make meaningful insights, inform insight, and decision to know what to do. So want to see which one has the highest unit sold. So we have 081 campaign on the 20th of October, and it was performed by Mike, and the location fast food site, and they have also a high impression. They also have a high click, and they have high sold. So this is good, and so you can perform informed decision from your data by having all these records. So today the only thing we were able to do successfully was to create inner join. I believe that with these few points of mine, you have been able to understand how inner join works in Excel. Thank you very much for your time, and stay blessed, and God bless.